everyone. I'm Hector Armienta. I'm the composer and librettist for Zorro, the opera, which is going to be premiered by Fort Worth Opera in January. And I'm here with Diego, also known as Zorro, but his real name is Cesar Delgado, who will play those two roles. So it's a joy to meet you, Cesar, and excited for you just to be here with me during this time.
Yeah, thank you so much, Director. I'm really excited about this great opportunity, and also more excited about this pandemic that came and took away our opening in 2020, but now it's finally here. Very excited about it, and also very excited about to sing your wonderful music, and also like very Mexican music because I'm Mexican.
Yeah. What was your first, I'm just curious, what was your first experience to opera? You said you was in choir?
Yes, but it happened when I was 17 years old, almost 18. And I went to like a little group here in Guadalajara, like music opera group, and they were doing Amal and the Night Visitors. So I did an audition. Was my very first audition. I was only curious about that. I wasn't sure that I was able to get the role. The role. I did the audition and I got the Caspar role, so the tenor soloist role. So I was like a little impressed about that. I didn't take any voice lesson, nothing, and I was able to sing. Only because I was in choir. So the opera started with me when I was like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah. So it was because the singing opera, the sound of opera is quite different from singing other kinds of music. Though when you listen to some of the mariachi singers, I mean, they sound operatic, So
and also that's why it's very common to find like impressive and very good voices here in Mexico. But for me, it wasn't like that. I never sang in mariachi. Now I used to sing a lot with mariachi, but because I love it. But when I was younger, never happened.
Okay, so I am very excited right now because Gabriella, who is singing a role of Ana Maria, will be joining us. And so now we can hear a little bit about her. So Gabriella, why don't you tell us a little bit about your history, which means how did you come to be a singer?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Santa Fe, New Mexico. My mom is from Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico. And my dad is full like German from Lincoln, Nebraska. So I grew up very mixed culture family, but Spanish was my first language. And I started singing mariachi. That's where I started at. And then I moved over to more musical theater. And then I went to Performing Arts High School for classical voice. Then I went on and I got a double major in musical theater and vocal performance at Oklahoma City University. And I'm still a baby, I'm young. I just graduated my undergrad in 2019. And I've been working professionally all through college, mostly in musical theater, but I've been all over in Texas and the Midwest, and now I'm on the East Coast, and I did some TV and film.
What qualities of Zorro do you think you identify with? I mean, you're playing a role, so you can say none.
Like all superheroes, he's like very human. Él como humano se sabe vulnerable, se sabe tímido, se sabe frágil, pero a la vez tiene que demostrar que él es fuerte, que él es valiente. Entonces pasa por todos esos cambios de ánimo. He's changing between all of them.
Yeah. What do you think, Ana Maria? Now, I should say that, without going into too much detail, Ana Maria is not, her character is not when we think of the original story of Zorro, Ana Maria is very different. in my opera.
Yeah.
Ana Maria is a mestiza. And a mestiza is someone that I say of mixed blood, but European and indigenous, or some people Native American. So Ana Maria's character is a little different. So Ana Maria, how do you see, I'm sorry, Gabriela, how do you see Ana Maria in the opera, since you can't really relate it to the original story?
Right. Well, because I didn't know the history of Zorro beforehand, I like went back and I found the original like Curse of Capistrano and I read through it and like saw that and how that stayed the same through the 1920 silent film and how that changed going into this Antonio Banderas movie. And then I like the development of how they slowly gave the Ana Maria, and at the time her name in the original one was what? Um,
I don't even know.
I don't remember, but regardless,
I don't remember, yeah.
How
Yeah.
it went from being very much the stereotypical archetypal dynamic relationship wise of maiden in distress being saved until her slowly having more agency and more say even like politically and
Yeah, she's a very
more
different,
romantic.
yeah, she's an empowered woman. That's
Yeah.
how I see her. What do you think the dynamic is between you two? Yeah, go ahead.
I think to go off of that, I really feel like Ana Maria and Don Diego like really have like a partnership where they respect each other and they push each other and they consider each other and regard each other in the world.
I found a lot of very romantic lines like Puccini, as I told you, but also it's like a very perfect mix between romantic style like Puccini, but also like Manuel de Falla, but also mariachi music like little shots, but mariachi, you know, it's like a very special mix of all of that.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining me on this Zoom call, and I'm so excited to meet you both in January. Yeah. And you know, I've heard your recordings, and I am very excited. I'm very pleased that they hired you both to premiere the work in Fort Worth, Texas. So thank goodness Fort Worth decided to still do it after the pandemic. So. All right.
Yeah, I know. That's amazing. Right. Thank you so much, Director.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right.